Hey, real estate investors. This is Scott Carson, known across the country as the Note Guy. For the last 15 years, I've been buying and investing in distressed real estate. And I get so many phone calls from investors all across the country, both very seasoned and also very new to specific asset classes, especially the commercial real estate space, looking for ways to find distressed deals, ways to be able to beat their competition, kind of looking for a cheat sheet, looking for a little backdoor action as far as getting a backstage pass, being able to find these deals that are distressed across the country. And really, the number one distressed asset right now in all of commercial real estate are hotels and motels. I mean, I don't know about if you guys know this, but did you know there are currently over 7,300 distressed hotels and motels all across the United States that are in distress, where the borrowers are late on their payments, they're closed, they're in special servicing, they're facing foreclosure. Lots of opportunity in the hospitality field out there, no matter where you're at. And like I said, so many people are looking for a cheat sheet to be able to tap into the 7,300 list without having to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to find them. Well, what if I was able to show you a very special way to do that? What if I could provide that backstage pass to help you find these distressed deals in literally minutes in any market across the country? What if I could show you the contact info for the borrowers, the banks, the servicers, the owners, and the sponsors, make it an easy way to reach out, see if they're willing to play ball? But most importantly, what if I could show you the behind the scenes servicing notes, the financials of each, being able to see exactly what's going on with that asset, what's causing that deal to be in stress? Well, the secret tool that I'm talking about that you want to add to your tool belt if you're a commercial real estate investor is a very special, badass tool that these guys at CredIQ have put together. That's what I'm talking about. CredIQ, they're a commercial real estate data and analytics and valuation company. They may be around just for a few years, but these guys are kicking ass and taking names. And if you're a commercial real estate investor, you want to pay attention for the next few minutes, especially if you're looking for distressed hotels and motels besides any other distressed asset class. So we're honored to have Shane Beeson and Mike Haas from CredIQ join us today to talk about what they're doing today. So let me bring them on. Let me help them start their video. There we go, guys. How's it going, Mike? How's it going, Shane? You guys doing it right today?
Scott, hey, how's it going?
Hey, Scott. Thanks for having us.
Hey, glad to have you guys on here, man. You guys are, man, when you reached out to me a few months ago, Shane, about this, I was like, okay, we got to have you on and share it with our audience out there. So I'm going to shut up and let you guys take over and share how you guys are so awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Scott. Thanks for having us, and glad to talk to your audience today. My name is Shane Beeson. I'm head of sales here at CredIQ. And just a quick overview, then I'll turn it over to Mike to kind of get into the woods on how our database works. But we are a commercial real estate data analytics and valuation platform. We launched a few years ago, back in 2019. So we're a little bit of a new kid on the block, but we're really getting traction in the market, I think, because of the quality of our data and how it's presented. So to kind of put the parameters around our world and what we're tracking, our database is comprised of a little over $2 trillion, about $2.3 trillion of commercial real estate debt around the country. That's going to be comprised of the entirety of the conduit CMBS universe, as well as on the multifamily side, the agency stuff. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac small balance, Ginnie Mae. We're also tracking commercial real estate CLOs and single borrower large loans. So basically, our database is set up where you can go in and run a search based off of appetite for geography, property types. The top 6 in our world obviously includes hotels. As Scott mentioned, there's a ton of distressed hospitality out there that Mike will show you here in a second. You can search by building size as far as number of rooms, loan size, loan balance, loan status. We can focus just in on the distress as opposed to the performing deals. And then once you generate your list, Mike will show you how to get down to the asset level and see the detailed line item financials, the comps to the property, contact information, who do you call if there's interest in a property as far as the owner. There's a really cool valuation tool where you can change assumptions and update values and save those and come back and revisit them. So it's really a one-stop shop for folks that are looking to wrap their arms around what's out there, what's in distress in the hotel world, what's possibly available for acquisition. And we put it all in one easy to access place. So with that, I'll turn it over to one of our co-founders, Mike Haas, who will get under the hood and show you guys how our database works and how easy it is to use and get the information that's important to you. So Mike, awesome. Take it away.
All right, great. Thanks for that intro, Shane, and thanks for having us, Scott.
Yeah, man. You guys have the true street cred when it comes to the stuff out there.
That's right. Appreciate that. So this is the home page, and what you would want to do is just click the upper right browse button here, and that will get you into the system where you have all the main filters that you can narrow down and hunt for your opportunities. As we focus in on hotel for this example, we can click hotel here. And then you can narrow that down. So we have over, we have 112 pages of results. Wow. Each page has 100. As you can see, here's the list view. It's a ton of information. So what we like to do is narrow it down by location. You could filter by keyword, which picks up the names of the property or any name of the street. For hotels, you can narrow it down by rooms. For self-storage or multifamily, it's units, retail, office, industrial, square footage. And then you could sort by original balance, a min, max, a current balance. And then you could hone in on the maturity date. And then also loan status, which is really key to finding that distressed status. We have a bunch of different filters within distressed. We have watch list, especially serviced, less than 30, 60, 90 days delinquent, foreclosure, performing matured, non-performing matured, and REO. So if we want to do hotels that are in any sort of distress, let's say they've already transferred to the special. As you can see here, we have about 1,100 pages or properties. A lot of information here. You can switch to the card view. You can zoom in on a map, hover on the little red button. What I like to do is hone in on a specific market. Let's say we're looking at Texas. Filter that down. We're about 200 results. So 200 hotels within Texas that have transferred to the special. Here's the property name, the address, the size right here, this column, subtype, whether it's limited service, extended stay, full service. We have information on the subtype, the MSA, submarket, county, original, current balance, percentage of pool, sponsor name, originator, loan purpose, a ton of information, appraised values, cap rates, LTVs, goes on and on. So if you just clicked into an example here, Le Meridian Hotel in Dallas. This one's a 258 room hotel, full service. Right here, the first page we call the summary screen. We have some high level information on the loan, the original balance. So this is a $42.8 million loan. It was originated in 2019 as a refinance with a 70% LTV. We have the originator and then their loan status. This one is very distressed. It's over 121 days delinquent. The borrower name, the guarantor, that's the decision maker. And then we have across the top here several tabs with even more information. So clicking into the loan tab, we have the interest rate, interest only, expiration date, the loan term, amortization type. Here's the master servicer and special servicer, prepayment terms. And then down here, when you're honing in on distressed opportunities, this will provide some statuses. So this is the 121 days delinquent. It is distressed and it transferred to the special servicer in June of 2020. The workout strategies of modification. And then scrolling up here to the upper right, we have commentary provided straight from the special servicer. When it's on the watch list, we get commentary from the master servicer. But since this has been with the special for quite some time now, we have a history of the story behind the property. Mm-hmm. So just quickly scanning this one, it looks like it's pandemic related. The borrower is looking for a forbearance due to the hardship, and we'll see what's going on behind the financials. Quickly clicking into the property tab, we have a picture of the asset right here. And then we have information on the location, the loan amount, the collateral status, inspection. We have a box on the valuation. These are appraised values, MAI. So this one appraised for 61 million at issuance, 61.2 million, 237 a room at a 7.5 cap rate. And then when a loan gets transferred to special servicer, it needs to get reappraised year after year. So this one, you can see the value dropped to 53.9 million for 208,000 a room. So a small dip there. And we actually have a partnership with Waterstone Defeasance, which calculates real-time defeasance costs, which gives you a good estimate on the cost to defease and prepay a property or a loan. I'll get into the valuations at the end, but here's the important financial aspect of it. We have borrower submitted financial statements behind the property. These are operating statements, line by line, revenue, expense details, and we have occupancy. Since this one's in distress, it hasn't reported any updated financials since 2020. A lot of borrowers like to, kind of play games with the special and try to work things out. So that's a little delayed there. But as you can see here, we have the full dollar amount, room revenue, food and beverage, any other departmental income broken out by dollars per occupied room and percentage of revenue. We have the departmental expenses by room, food and bev expenses. And then down here with your general expenses, utilities, repairs and maintenance, advertising, G&A. Here's your management fee line item. So you can see here it's a 4% EGI, percentage of revenue. And then you have your taxes, insurance. This one's actually on a ground lease, it looks like. And here's the DSCR, debt service. So you can see here the DSCR dropped from 1.46 to 1.37, and it's probably even lower now since it's with the special.
Well, that really gives you a lot of insight and see what really truly is going on numbers wise with that hotel and hotels on your list here. Wow.
For sure. And here's the summary level. So just quickly looking at revenue, expenses, NOI, net cash flow, DSCR, debt yield, free net cash flow. Moving on to the comps tab. This is a special feature CredIQ offers. This pulls in all of the surrounding properties that are comparable to the subject property you're analyzing. Pulls in the 25 most comparable properties and ranks them 0 to 10, 10 being the most comparable. As you can see here, we have the score all the way down here. So it helps you quickly benchmark your market. Click the drop down. You have the ability to click into a comp, which opens up another whole loan. Same thing, loan, property, financials. Back to our subject property, clicking into contacts. Scott mentioned this earlier. We have borrower contacts. We have the owner of record. We have the entity name, the entity's address, the owner of record, which is the guarantor, the person who registered the LLC. We have their address. We have their email and up to 4 phone numbers. So we go to great lengths to get as much information as possibly available. And then we have the master servicer. So that's for performing loans that are on the watch list. You'd want to call them, talk to them. And then we have the special servicer contact. And that's, for this example, they're the ones you'd want to deal with about selling the property, note sale, distress sale, whatever it may be. Here's the other details tab, which is about 150 additional data points.
Wow.
That all led up to the issuance documents. And then moving on to the valuation tab, which has been our bread and butter over the years, is making a streamlined real-time valuation, very simple and straightforward and supportable and transparent. We have a direct cap valuation approach in the upper left here. And then we have a DCF valuation, similar to like a streamlined version of Argus. So right now it pulls in the 12-month most recent net cash flow. and it applies a market cap rate of 8.9%. So 4 million divided by 8.9% brings you to a value of 45.3 million. As you can see here, with a loan balance of 42.8, it's technically not underwater, but it's pretty high LTV.
Yeah, they don't like that LTV, do they?
They might have some trouble refining, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then an important component with this valuation model is, as the end user, the client would have the ability to change anything in green under MyQ. So if you disagree with some of these assumptions in green, you can simply override the cap rate to something like a 10.5 cap. And then the green MyQ value will update on the fly there. You can change the discount rate, say it's very distressed, and should be a 13% discount rate. That'll update on the fly. So now you're valuing at 38.3 million, 148,000 a key or per room. Here's your current occupancy, years to stabilized. So if you have a hotel that's reporting 40% occupancy, you can model in, I think it's going to get to 70% in 2 years. Then you can apply a renovation cost dollar per room. You have an average ADR growth rate you can model in. And then when it comes down to departmental revenue line items, you can factor in a different food and beverage number here, any other departmental revenues. And then all the expense items are down here in green. You have your room expense, food and bev expense, real estate taxes, insurance, utilities. And you can type in any one of these 3 columns, 750,000 in taxes, say, and then it'll change again. Once you are happy with your value, you can check all the cash flows behind it, fully transparent. You have your holding period. We're doing a 10-year discounted cash flow. So you have your occupied rooms, as you can see here, grows out over time. Your occupancy, ADR, RevPAR, room revenue, food and bev, and then all of your expenses, you arrive at a net cash flow. Once you have that, you can save a version, call this V1, hit finalize. And once you hit finalize, that'll build a history of your valuations. So in a month from now or a quarter, you can update your value. You won't lose any of your work. And then you can come to the reports tab.
Wow.
And you can download a quick little 3-page valuation report, which is pretty useful to send to special servicer or a prospective seller or buyer. Here's the first page, nice clean cover page, and then you have the valuation summary, your subject property, your loan information, your key assumptions behind your valuation on the revenue side, and then your expenses, your investment variables, so your cap rate, discount rate, the commentary from the servicer. Here's your value, 36.9 million, fully automated and generated right here. And then, yeah, so there's a ton of opportunities all throughout the nation, a lot of distress for hotels right now.
Yeah, now that's freaking awesome there, Mike. Now, this is just, I mean, being able to find something at a drop, just a few minutes, a few click of the buttons to be able to hone in on specific opportunities there for you. What's the, how do people take advantage? How do people add this to their tool belt, man? What's the best way for folks to get signed up, start using CredIQ?
Yeah, the best thing we have is a subscription opportunity. And before you come in and buy, you can test drive it for free, full access, 7 days. All you do is come to the subscription page, hit this green button, start a free trial. It'll bring you to this page, type in your work email, your name, your company, and we'll get you activated and get you going right away.
That's awesome. That is so, man, I absolutely love CredIQ, guys. You guys are doing a great job. They're sharing it. If for those of you who are watching this, man, if you are looking for distressed hotels, you're looking for opportunities out there, quit screwing around everything else. Use CredIQ to go hone in on the deal flow out there that you're looking for, and just an opportunity, whether it's performing or non-performing, REO, Man, this is a cheat sheet. This is a cheat codes to becoming a great investor out there. All the street cred you need right here in one spot. So CredIQ.com. That's cred-iq.com. We'll have the links in the description here on the video as well. But Mike, Shane, thank you so much for coming on and sharing the badass tool that you guys have created.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. Happy to do it.
Great stuff.